Let's talk about communicating with elected officials. Um, it's a common thing here in Washington D.C. I mean, that's kind of what this town is about. But it's also a skill set that you should be thinking about in terms of inviting an elected official to tour your farmers market. Really, it's one of the best things that you have to do is to show what you do at the farmers market. That can communicate so much more than trying to write it in an essay or a few still pictures. You want to make sure that that experience that you give on a tour or the experience in a visit is an opportunity for high quality communication. That means a little bit of planning ahead. And that planning ahead will also make you more comfortable as you deliver the message because if you've got a plan, you can be a little bit less nervous about it. You've at least got an approach. You know what you're going to say for your first line, right? That's the essence of planning is having an idea of where you want to take the conversation. What do you want to communicate? And and really, if you think about what your mom told you, first impressions count. If you're if you're trying to impress an elected official with the fact that those that you represent are worthy of some action by that elected official, whether it's a local zoning official or a health inspector or a county politician or someone who goes to Washington, D.C., uh, you want to be able to communicate that you're a responsible person and that you are indeed a leader and you are worthy to be listened to. And I'll get into that a little bit later, but that idea of a first impression counting. And I think that one of the best ways to think about that is that you're representing other people. Um, you should be dressed, you should comport yourself, you should speak in a language that indicates that you're a leader, that you're representing other people, rather than thinking, well, this is my chance to be a real unique individual and put all of my personal uh, viewpoints and prejudices out there so that this guy really is going to understand me. Um, that's not your job. Your job in communicating with the legislature is not to represent yourself. Most often, it's to represent other people. Once you get that in your head, your behavior and how you speak is going to be a lot easier because if you're thinking about my job for the next hour as I give a tour to a member, to a state senator who happens to be visiting the farmers market, and you're going to take that state senator around and you're going to show her all the stuff that you're doing, and you're going to be speaking about economic development and all sorts of other topics. Um, you are, if you think of it in that way, you're going to be representing everybody at the farmers market, probably people even at other farmers markets that this state senator isn't going to visit. And you want to make a good impression and be effective. And your role in this is really as, if you think of yourself as being hired by all those people that you're representing, um, you can go well outside of yourself, past your comfort zone, in being a good and effective communicator. You can, I think, if you think of yourself as, it's not going to sound good, as a hired actor, that your role for that hour of a tour is to be on stage because you're representing other people. I think that, in my mind, when I was doing lobbying as a farmer, in my mind, that made it a lot easier. It made it a lot easier for me to come down to Washington, D.C. and speak to important people and say things, have a very clear set of things that I wanted to communicate and really be a lot less shy than I would normally be more outgoing, be a better listener, um, be looking for just the right time to in a tour particularly, just the right time to put that idea in what you're talking about so that you can be the most effective. So that idea of first impressions counting, you should be thinking about conformity. You should be thinking about dress to conform rather than dress to be an individual. Um, and that idea of professionalism. One of the things that, excuse me for a moment while I dive into my bag of props here. One of the things, I mean, this is a real simple idea, but people have business cards, right? When somebody gives you a business card, when you exchange a business card with someone you're giving a tour to, take that card from the other person and treat it as if it's that person. You look it in the eye, right? You look it in the eye, you study it. You may want to say, well, obviously, if it's someone you know, well, thank you for the business card, Senator. I really appreciate it. I see that your office is in downtown Washington, D.C., or whatever you can glean from a business card, just to assert that you are paying attention to that person. It's one of those really simple things that, as a business discussion sort of skill, is a great way to demonstrate that you're a capable and responsible person. How do you not accept a business card? You don't accept a business card by going, oh yeah, thanks. And what was your name? I mean, okay, at a meeting, if you're at a meeting and you're at a meeting with 5 people and you get a business card from all of them, not unusual for a meeting here in DC, leave them on the table in front of you. It's great. You can read their names. Put them in the right order. It's okay to do that. But a business card is like someone has just handed you a small piece of themselves. You need to respect it. It's probably better not to put it in your back pocket, right? This is a better place to put it. Thank you very much for your business card. I really appreciate this. Thank you.